32 of Friday Night Pints, brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. You know what it is. Only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. It is the best beer for all occasions. So right now, like we're getting into the holiday season, it's the beer for the holidays. You're drinking it all during the summer, during the winter, doesn't matter. Anytime you're posted up drinking a beer, make it a Miller Lite. It could be at home with your family. You could be sitting amongst friends at the bar. You could be going back into lockdown. They got you covered. You go to MillerLite.com/FNP. Spit. And you can find all the delivery options near you. Get it sent right to your house, delivered right to your door. Contactless delivery. You don't have to worry about anything. And then you can celebrate responsibly with your Miller Lite. Brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Miller Brewing Company. Once again, 96 calories, only 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. So go get it and enjoy. We got a bunch of familiar faces, but the newest member of the gang here, Troops, the People's Champ. Troops is officially on board as a Barstool full-time hire, as well as now a native,
an
not native
American
New York,
citizen.
But an American citizen, and you're living in New York.
Yeah.
Wild, man. So I guess congrats.
You're gonna start waking up early for fucking soccer.
So you are an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Right.
We're a bit like the Jets right now. It's Pete.
Is it bad? Yeah, okay. I remember that. I remember me and you did an interview. What was it? I don't know.
About a year
ago?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm going to have a team, I'll pick Arsenal. And then everyone was like, oh, like you totally mushed it. And I think I did. So, sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, as far as soccer goes, you are that dude. So, or football, excuse me. So
yeah, football.
Be on the lookout for all the Troops content.
So I got a question for you while you're here. Are you gonna start getting up like that? So like I like Liverpool, but when Liverpool plays at 7 a.m., I don't watch that game. Yeah. I'm like 11:30 is the games I start watching. Yeah. Are you gonna have like Zah gets up fucking crazy early?
Yeah. So wait, what time would kickoff ordinarily be for you when you were back home?
Ordinarily, it would be like 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 p.m.
Right.
Now it's gonna be 7, 11, and if I'm lucky, 1.
Right.
So it's looking a bit mad. When I go LA, it's all 4, 5 o'clock kickoff.
Well, you started Gentleman's Friday earlier today on radio, so you're getting a little taste of that. You were up early doing some boozing with the boys.
So I'm in the rhythm for it. You get me?
I'm happy to see. I was like, whenever you see someone start on Gentleman's Friday, you never know how that's gonna go. I was like, maybe Troops is gonna be here for 6 p.m. Maybe not. Who knows? Like, hopefully he's here and he's coherent. But you're good to go.
Yeah, blood, we're good. I'm representing.
He threw everything on Jared's desk in the trash and just took Jared's.
Nice. I like that. Just
the game in the window seat.
Dominance.
Yeah, I said just dash them man there.
See you later, Rocket. See you later. We got Kate back from a trip to Florida.
We have had some talks with Kate today about what she saw.
Yeah, wait, let's see. What else do we have to intro here before, because that we have to dive into.
I hope you're
Bob's here. Bob is the new.
So much cum.
All right, Nate. We know where Nate. No wonder Nate's on this episode. He found a way to get on this.
Like we talked about cum today, fellas.
Talking about cum. Behind the Blog is out right now with Bob, and I have to say, I think it's probably the best, most well-received Behind the Blog I've done yet. The response I got was overwhelming, so I'm hoping you saw the same. But I thank you for being as open and honest as you were. I think it made for a good episode and like entertaining. But I think it also like helped out a lot of people who were going through some of the same stuff, or just an inspirational story and all that. Because I really think you have, I think you might have the second best story, because I think one day Coach Doug's might have. I'm gonna talk to him eventually. Doug's is like apparently he was like a finance guy.
He's a cartoon character.
Yeah, he really like talk about like just a stroke a lot. But anyway, as far as Behind the Blog goes, I think that was my favorite to do so far. So go check that out on the KFC Radio YouTube. But I hope it was a good response on your end.
Yeah, it was cool. I got I told you, hundreds of DMs, more DMs over this than anything I've ever done. So it was really cool. I spent 3 hours yesterday trying to go through as many as I could and respond. But if I didn't, I'm sorry. I appreciate it. But
love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. It's great. So go give it a watch, and we'll keep those coming. It's part of KFC Radio Primetime every Wednesday night. So me and Fights alternate. We do One Thing I Learned, cartoons, and then Behind the Blog. So next Wednesday you'll get another one of Fights is fucking coming of age.
I mean, El Salvador this time.
Oh boy. International Fights is some of my favorite fights.
Can you tease who you have coming up on Behind the Blog?
I don't know really. It's kind of.
Oh, it's quick. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of play it by ear. So I have not yet recorded whoever's next.
You need someone who's moderately happy around here.
Nate, you can be on.
No. He's
trying to get that in it.
My name is Bob. It'll just be like a cry fest.
Hey,
So you don't want me.
Can you have cum on behind the
Well, it's funny you say
Wait,
that.
by
so-
the way, we have one more intro to do real quick. Tommy.
Yeah. Hey.
It's not even an intro. I just wanted to tell you. I almost told you beforehand. Kevin told me to hold it, so I hold it till right now.
You said it's going to be a compliment.
It is.
Yeah.
Tommy loves compliments.
He's just ready. Throw that my way, bro.
Tommy loves compliments. It's off the table. Never mind. Let's talk compliments. Please. I just saw Tommy's Thursday thoughts on Instagram. Funny as always, but also I thought you looked pretty hot.
Whoa.
Let me tell you something. I do the chicks in the office room for a reason.
By the way, just say thanks before you go all. And just accept the compliment.
Thank
I was like,
No.
But they're
I was
lighting
scrolling
is
down
good,
and I was like, oh, is it oh, wait, never mind, it's Tommy.
Excellent lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent
Great
lighting. You
lighting.
shut the lights, you put on the lights around the mirror. Yeah, I'm in there quite a bit.
Dude, that is something that like guys don't know, and I think people at Barstool, like all of us here are on camera more than like anybody in media, right? If you're on like if you're on like a news network and you're doing like a 15-second hit, you get makeup, you get hair, you get lighting, you get a new suit. I'm on camera like 12 hours a day, and I just look like my schlubby self the whole time. I never even think about that kind of stuff.
No, I love makeup. I've only gotten it a handful of times, but it takes to the next level. And it basically looks like you have makeup on when you're in there. You get a nice little tan, brings it. I have beautiful green eyes. It really brings that out as well.
Look what you started, John. God damn
People don't talk enough about that.
Lighting is everything, though. It really is.
We'll fix
And
that,
he's
Tommy.
so,
We'll
and he's
fix
so
that.
humble on top of it. He's always so subtle. But yeah, the lady of the hour here is Jenny Jizz. And,
Jenny Jizz. Salute
Oh, yeah,
to
to
Jenny
the- to
Jizz.
the-
Truth, did you see this? Do you know about this?
No.
so Kate
Oh,
went
you
down
don't know
to
Jenny
Florida.
Jizz? Okay.
Yeah. Kate went down to Florida to cover a Veterans Day event. It was Veterans Day here in America, and Jenny Jizz said that she would blow any veteran, right, for free.
blowjobs
So-
for veterans.
Thank you for your service. Come on to the bar, and I will suck that dick. And Kate went down as a correspondent to
Yes.
cover.
Big J
this
journalism,
event.
Fordham University. Thank you.
Represent.
Yeah, this is
My
the
coaching
ninth.
tree, Tommy. It's
Yeah.
bigger and bigger.
This is the 9th annual Veterans Day party at this place called the Sausage Castle, which is like a super.
name.
The
I thought that was a
sausage castle.
joke.
Yeah.
The event. Oh wow,
Yeah,
it's really
so,
cool.
I guess where you're from would be the Black Pudding Castle.
I didn't even know about the black pudding.
What do they eat over there? What's the sausage?
Hash browns.
That's
Italy,
Yeah, we
correct?
fuck with
some
us.
sort
You're
of.
from Italy, correct?
Yeah, big Italy guy.
Tommy, good job.
Bangers, the Bangers
Yeah, the bangers.
Castle.
Yeah, the bangers and mash.
There's a lot of mash. So this guy, Mike Busey, owns like 44 acres on a Florida swamp outside Orlando, like an hour outside Orlando. We're driving up to the place. The cameraman was my sperm donor, by the way.
My sperm donor. My human turkey based.
So yeah, we're on these dirt roads. It was raining. It was like pulling up to Jurassic Park. These huge golden gates open. It's like 44 acres. As soon as we come in, he had just bought the amusement park ride, the Scrambler, for 40 grand.
Wow.
There's like wild
He
boars.
bought it, like,
There's
that's what they run you.
permanently, just next to
A
us.
simple 40K?
40 acres, yeah. He's got like amusement park rides and go-kart tracks and real boxing and MMA ring warehouse and like it's like a giant.
It's a fantasy factory.
It's a fantasy factory.
It's like
basically
a white trash fantasy factory.
for perverts.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like how you like. It's like being a Barstool Gold member, except you go every month. It's like a country
get
club
value
member,
on it?
but
You
you
get
can
dick
go
sucks.
every month and get like it's like a
Your
party
dick
house,
sucks.
pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, it's like a sex house,
Wow.
like party house. But every year for 9 years now, they've thrown this party for veterans. That there's cool stuff. They give like free haircuts, and there was guys out front who like had long hair and long beards, and were like, I kind of given up on myself, and this is my first haircut in like 5 years, and they look
So,
like
like,
$1 million
good
bucks.
stuff, yeah.
And then they're going in for a blowski. So one of the things is this woman Jenny Jizz shows up every year with her husband. Jenny Jizz and
She's
her.
married?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Her
wait.
husband.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah.
This
Whoa.
guy.
We're just getting started.
He might be the true star when you hear it.
He's on his cockhold thing.
He's
Yeah,
so
he
they've
loves
been married for 33 years, and his name is Mike the Cum Artist. Okay,
What?
and she is his muse. 33 years. It was their anniversary that night. Veterans Day is their anniversary.
That night she's
So-
Watching your wife suck.
3 kids.
How many dicks?
They have
And
3
so
50?
her record is 28 in
Oh,
a row.
okay.
Whoa!
Light
in a
work.
row.
Yeah, fight. I'm with you, fight.
That's
I
a
was gonna be
football
50
team.
plus.
Yeah.
You only like 25 in the squad.
And whole football team. So they build up the night. First, it's like haircuts and free barbecue dinner, and everybody's allowed to roam the property and hang out and ride the rides. And then we all went down to the boxing area. And then while everybody was boxing, I went back up to the house to eat.
Wait, who's boxing? Just like you could
they
just
had
like pair off.
actual MMA fighters took
Oh,
time
shit.
out of their circuit to come and do this for the vets, like just out of the goodness of their hearts. There was like real MMA fights. It was awesome. And meanwhile, while they're fighting, there's strippers on the stripper poles going around. And blah,
I
blah,
mean,
blah.
the sausage castle sounds like
You
a
know what's
fucking
bullshit
time.
Yeah.
is you didn't tell any of us about this until you
Yeah.
went.
I was like, I want to cover it.
It would have
Been
been.
unbelievable.
And everywhere you went, like we went in his bedroom, which is like behind this bookshelf. There's just, needlessly, it's his real bedroom. There's just 3 smoke machines going, and like naked ladies on the swing, and his bedroom has a giant candy bar in it, or his bathroom, pardon me. So
This
it's
is
like,
the owner of the bar.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is Mike
the
Cummo?
owner of the
No, no,
house.
no,
no.
It's his house. He lives
Yeah.
there full time.
Holy
Kate,
shit.
how did he make his fortune?
So he, up until, pretty much, but up until like 6 years ago, everything was out of his pocket on credit cards, whatever. And then he finally, and he was like living out of a friend's closet. And this guy him and his sister were in foster care, like 13 or 14 different homes coming up. So he came from nothing in the boonies of Florida, started realizing that there's money to be made on sexy Snapchat and all this other stuff. He started becoming the MC for the Juggalos t-shirt contest and getting involved in like the Juggalo world. And so it's very much that kind of whatever. So he
You've
started,
been bumped to third. It goes this
Yeah.
guy, Coach Tyler,
Yeah.
Fox, as far as coming to your career.
Clearly.
So he throws these crazy parties that are infamous. Jordan Berry was like, she used to be Chip in Chippendale down at Disney. She used to be in the costume. She's like, I had to go there and pick up Dale once. 'Cause Dale, yeah, like back in the day. Because these kids come to work at Disney from all over, and they see a flyer, and they're like, oh, this party seems fun. No offense. They're like, let me up for London Town. And they go, and next thing you know, they're in a swamp, and people are fucking, and they're like, Dale, come
Get me
Chip,
out of
come
here.
here. So Jordan Berry was there. Another guy who works here who's on pointing at him right there. He's said he's been to the
Get the
sausage
fuck
castle.
out of here.
Who?
You went to the sausage castle?
Come
Come on down. You're the next contestant. Grab that stick,
Yeah,
Mike.
sorry to out
You
you.
went to the sausage castle.
The Sausage Castle in Orlando?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Which one are you referring to?
Come over here.
Yeah.
Did you?
I don't. He doesn't look
just
happy.
go on
Yeah.
like a regular night, or did you go on one
No,
of these
no.
party
So,
nights?
so the Sausage
Did you
Castle.
get your dick sucked in the sausage castle? Is what I'm
No,
trying to ask.
God no. I don't think there's enough
Did you suck?
penicillin to clean that. The boys, like I thought Kate was going down as like a medic.
It was so much fun. It was so much
So
fun.
you just went like to
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
to the
so
bar.
like he like goes. I don't know him, but the UC guy like will go down to Orlando and gather people up and bring them back. And I know some people that know him, and we got invited there, and it was like I didn't know what I was walking into.
It
You
blows
kind of did. I didn't
Yeah.
know. They're like, oh, it's a party, like Busey's son. You're like, okay, he's got like a cool place to go, but you walk into that place, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So
like
yours
unreal.
was just a regular night. It wasn't a.
I mean, I think
the-
they're all
regular night's
basically,
not the right
yeah,
word,
it's like,
but it wasn't
yeah.
a holiday.
This
It
is
wasn't a
unbelievable.
thing.
No,
It was just
no.
like, it's always
I
a
do
shit
know
show.
somebody that did get with one of the, I don't know what to call them.
Entertainers.
The entertainers,
performers?
yeah, and he left with the name Shit Dick.
Oh.
So,
Good for
I
him.
think I can connect those dots.
It's like putting her butthole.
That is.
Yeah, the whole
that's-
party was
That's a
jamming.
special one.
Yeah, it was a special night.
Yeah. But it was, and as the night got closer, so they're doing all these nice events, and then as it got closer, 11 p.m. was blowjob time.
Oh,
and
shit.
around 10:30, my palms started getting sweaty. I was like, oh boy, here we go. So I get to interview Jenny Jiz and her husband, and they were lovely. They're like telling me about their kids. They're showing me pictures of their
Oh my
grandkids.
heavens,
They're like,
Betsy.
no,
Their grandkids?
They're giving me and my baby daddy, who's at the camera, like they're giving us relationship
Tips.
advice. And she's explaining, because I was like, oh, so they bring one veteran in at a time into this tent. And she's like, oh boy, you should have smelled it in here last year. It was like, blah, blah. Because last year they had a huge party because there was no COVID or anything. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize. She's like, no, I do them all at once. They all get lined up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
So they
you know,
started-
traditional blowback.
Yeah. So
I've
they
seen
sta-
videos.
They started announcing, they're like, 5 minutes till the blowjobs, 3 minutes till the blowjobs. And I'm like, I'm getting real nervous. They decide, because the tent smelled so bad last year,
God.
they decide to do it in the living room.
Oh my god.
And I'm thinking, oh, well, we all give them privacy or something? No, everybody comes and crowds in. So I'm like, okay, I hop up on the counter, and Pat, the camera guy, Hard Factor Pat, he politely takes his boots off to step on the couch to like whatever. I'm like, there's not gonna be semen everywhere. Why the fuck
Yeah, I
do
don't
you
think we
care?
were about the fucking dirt, dude.
Yeah, and they decide the order by time, Purple Hearts first.
Oh
so
my
if you've
God,
been
that's
wounded in action,
amazing.
you get to go first. Then time and rank, so whoever served longest. And then there was 2 guys who had like 14 years, so that was who was a higher rank. There was active duty guys who had snuck off base to be there. They're like one guy active duty Army all the way from Philadelphia, where he's like whatever.
Travel down for that?
People
For this?
came from
Just to get.
So and then they
Like,
and I'm like, well,
no,
nobody.
because of the whole like.
Probably
Just-
Do you really
How
want to
is
get your
this
dick sucked
legal?
down?
How does
Unless
it
you're
not
like,
get shut down if they're promoting it?
It's free. Nobody's paying anybody anything. It's just a sex,
old-fashioned
just a good
orgy.
old fashioned. So then I'm like,
America.
well,
that does still seem like something you would have to like. Be,
It
I don't
seems
know,
like one of those.
Yeah.
Remember the
Dude.
Hoboken parties that got like insane
Oh,
and they'll
much.
get shut down like that?
Right,
What was that guy's
right.
name?
Yeah, Florida,
My
man.
question, do
Florida.
the blowjobs, do they all go to completion, or is it like a
Well,
time?
funny you asked.
Funny you
Kate,
asked.
Kate did
Great
an
question.
interview. You go to her, if you go to her Twitter
Yeah.
at Kate Barstow, you can see the real-time live
Yes.
tweeting. But yeah, she did talk to somebody who unfortunately did not complete.
yeah. So for the most part, the first guy, and so they start to play "Proud to Be an American" by Lee Greenwood. So it's like, if tomorrow all the things were gone, the guy pulls his dick out. I'm like, oh,
And these gentlemen are not the finest of specimens. Or
The first guy had a hog on him. He,
Oh,
was,
yeah.
he was like super handsome and lovely, and I was like, what? He was there with like his girlfriend.
What?
Yes, I'm telling you. And they didn't care that they were being filmed. They were just like, check it out, like whatever.
Yeah.
So the first guy was done before, like 2 minutes flat, very polite. Just, I want it done, got it done. We're all like, good for you. And then the second guy took forever, all the way through the rest of Proud to Be an American, and all the way through Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA.
Oh, no.
And we're like, come on, guy. This is so. Then
we
guys,
got 24 more, pal.
the guys got impatient. They started crowding around, and it just became a massive circle jerk. Yeah. So,
Yeah, because when it's your turn, you want to be ready, right?
and I
So
said,
they're
like,
just sitting there, fucking.
Very logical.
Yeah.
And so they're like, everybody be ready now. It's taking too long. Start fluffing them up. And so all the guys, I was standing from behind. It
Oh,
looked
no,
like,
it
it
ain't.
looked like I was watching a drum line. It was
And they were
like
fluffing
They're
themselves.
fluffing them.
themselves.
Yeah, not each
Oh,
other.
Oh,
okay.
But the one guy came out after, because then I was like,
No,
I was like looking at the Grand Canyon. You look at it for a minute, you're like, whoa, holy shit. And then you're like,
You're good.
all right, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
crevices
yeah.
here. And then you go, so I was like, I'll go wait out front. The one guy was like, you know, it was great. I didn't get hard or anything. I was soft in your mouth all the time. Somebody came on my jeans. And he like shows me the cum on his jeans. And I'm just like, I'll stop rambling. But it was just like.
The 2 tweets
Yeah.
I loved the most was the guy, like Kate caught a guy at the bar drinking a beer, and she's like, "Is there anything better than a post BJ beer?" And he was like, "Well, the BJ."
Well, getting my
BJ
dick
beer.
sucked was cool.
But it's funny you had reacted when she said that Jenny Jizz was married on their anniversary, Veterans Day. Kate says, "What's the key to a happy, long-lasting marriage?" And he goes, "Let the bitch suck as much dick as she wants."
Yeah.
And I think even the cum artist Mike knew he kind of crossed the line. He was like, "No, but you know, I'm joking." I think he saw the look
Yeah.
on even on Jenny
Yeah.
Jizz's face, like, "Ugh,
Yep.
my husband." He's always putting his foot in his mouth.
Yeah. It
That's like when you make a dad
He's
joke
always
at a
putting dick
restaurant.
in his
That's
mouth.
like their version
Yes,
of
yeah,
the dad
yeah,
joke.
his version of
Yeah.
a little like zinger, you know.
It was.
But
Kate
so,
said that he was in her corner, like hyping her up, like a
The whole
boxing
time,
promoter.
dude.
But you
Like,
know
Can
what
I
is funny?
can I ask a specific question here? Where do they finish?
On her.
On her.
On her. She. So
Jeez.
afterwards, she came. This is the last thing I'll say.
glazed donut.
Afterwards, she came out front too, and she was like 5 feet away from me, and I was like, "Do you mind if I take a quick selfie, you and me?" And I meant for her to like stay.
Yeah.
Came right over. I have the picture. I won't. But she's glistening.
Did she like get on?
Glistening.
Get
Let's
on
see,
you?
can we see
And
it?
she says, "Here's the words out of her mouth." She goes, "Watch out! I know you're pregnant, and my face kind of smells right now."
Oh my
It
God.
was, yeah.
Did she at least like swallow the Purple Heart winner? Or...
Thomas.
Yeah.
That is
What an
such
up,
a.
Yeah.
I think anytime. First of all, do any of you guys think you could do this? No, no chance.
I was there. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's too disgusting.
Yeah. No way, right? I mean,
Cigarette.
even,
I think-
let's say it was. Let's say it's not like this fucking swamps of Florida version. Let's say it's a classy
Let's say
version.
it's a nice New York
Let's
penthouse.
say it's like, you know,
Pied a
like
terre.
a
not
fucking
Kissimmee.
underground sex party with like the hottest people and celebrities. Like, you know, even under like there's just no circumstances where I think I could.
I can't pee next to a
engage in
person.
that. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm funny like that. I've got like, yeah.
I don't think that's funny. I
You
think
got
it's
a shy
normal.
dick?
I think that's.
Huh?
You got a shy dick?
Man, are around me, I'm like, hey brother, what are you looking at? I got angle.
And then to be like mid, like the guy's gonna watch you come. I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole thing seems like even if I wanted to, I don't think I could pull it
So,
off.
Kate, how do you feel about it now? The entire experience. What are your biggest takeaways?
I keep thinking about it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's still rolling around in my mind.
Was it like better? Like was it nicer than you? Because I was gonna say as fucking crazy as that sounds. I bet those two are as happy as fucking can be.
When the
and like at the
cameras-
end of the day, isn't that what it's about? Like there are traditional couples who follow
Yes.
the rules, who are divorced or hate each other or
Yep.
kill each other, or and then these guys, it's like we're making fun of them, but like they probably got the happiest marriage out of anybody because the bitch sucks as much dick as she wants.
It's true, and she says she sees a lot of jizz. She said he's got the thickest, biggest loads, and so he's like still number one.
Honestly,
And
that's
he's
how you,
yeah.
you renew the vows on like the 30th
Welcome to
anniversary.
Barstool. But
through thick batches and thin.
thick and thin. When the cameras were off, they were so sweet and kind to each
Right.
other, and like they were in love.
Right,
Like, they
exactly,
were like
that's what I'm
really in
saying.
love, and also like I am a very open-minded person, and they're like, it's Veterans Day. One of the great things about America, we can get as weird as we fucking want. Let's fucking go. And I'm like, you know what?
What's
not wrong.
more American than this?
What's wrong? Yeah, what's more
The
American
fucking
than that?
right
so.
to give.
So,
to
Truth,
do a
welcome
bullet.
to Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Video.
But I did love my favorite tweet was Kate going, "What am I even doing here? I can't use any of this footage."
There was one. Pat was like on a knee, like in the circle, and I
gotta
with
talk
his like
to him.
boots on, and I'm like, what are we doing? How much of this footage
Kate,
do we need?
Kate showed us footage of a guy completing, and she just like zoomed in on his face, and I was like, I don't think like even the internet can like handle what we just.
His face is hilarious. Yeah. So.
Jenny Jizz, I mean, a true patriot, a true American hero. Salute.
How old is she? She's grandchild.
50.
She's 50. She didn't look 50. She looked pretty good.
She looks really good.
She looked-
great skin.
She looked like.
Yeah.
Would you hit it? Not in an orgy setting.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
She had a great body, and she was pretty.
She was pretty. I was like, oh,
I think you got a
figured
crush,
she was
Kate.
like
Let's get a picture of this Jenny Jizz
I
character.
figured she was like mid-30s,
Like,
like
Google
that
Jenny
age where they
Jizz.
start calling you MILFs if you're like,
Yeah.
If you're not 18,
yeah,
basically.
if you're, if you don't have pigtails,
Yeah.
like, that's a MILF.
Wow.
And she looked like that age, I thought. But 50 she's really holding it together.
What do you think, Tommy?
3 kids, 1
you give
kid.
her a ride?
Her pin tweet is her sucking a cock.
Really? All right,
Give me
we're
that
good.
brand. I love that Tommy went with cock on that one.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
special. I didn't think you were a cock guy, Tommy. I could see you saying like
Cock's a
penis.
rare. I mean, cock you
Cock
gotta.
is like you got some stank on that one. You dropped the C word,
And there was
It just
every
felt like a cop.
size. Like the guys lining up had no shame. There was like real honkers, and
Yeah,
then there was
sure
like
is.
little
Just
fellas,
little-
and but nobody cared. They were like whatever. So
Yeah, I could
1,000
never.
retweets on that BJ, by the way. Her pin tweet.
Is she talented?
she was.
Oh no, right? It's not just
I-
a blowjob. She starts getting fucked.
I said she was going at these dicks with the enthusiasm and urgency of somebody trying to dig their buddy out of an avalanche. She was like really like
What
it was
imagery from Kate?
Wild, yeah. I said too, like letting your dog out of the car at the dog beach, and the dog's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like that's how pumped she was. For this
I
dick.
mean, good for her. Good for Jenny.
Her
Jizz, good
Twitter
for the
bio is
troops.
a real slut who loves to play with her fans. Who's
Yeah.
next?
Who's
the
next? That was
WNBA?
Goldberg said. She's 173 and 0.
Never lost to a dick ever.
The
Good
final
for
thing I'll
Jennifer.
say, my favorite image of the night was a guy wearing a backwards hat. He was a veteran, and he was getting blown. And his hat, everyone's always like, "Thank you for your service." And his hat said, as he's getting blown, "Thank you for being a slut." And I was like, "That's perfect. That's pretty good."
So, like,
yeah.
like pencil in next year, Veterans
Pencil
Day
in next
2021.
year. Supposedly, there is a video that's the footage we got is so good, and the interviews are so funny, but the legality of it all is a little up in the air.
What, like you have to get people to sign off on it,
We
or just straight
they
up
almost
putting?
signed off.
Yeah.
Everyone signed off.
I mean, I
Everybody.
feel like
It was-
Look, if I'm getting a fucking clandestine blowjob, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not signing a paper.
this motherfucker said clandestine.
I don't know what that word
I don't think
If
it's
I'm-
really
what the
clandestine.
fuck
Like,
is
If I'm
Yeah.
flying down to
Yeah.
Florida
Yeah.
from Philly or wherever the people you talked about are coming, like, I'm flying in for a blowjob. Well, there's some secrecy shrouded in it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think these are the guys who care. I think they're like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're doing all that,
say
you're probably
who's actually gonna see this?
Oh, one of the guys we were interviewing, he had snuck out of active duty. Like, he's like, I'm not supposed to be here, by the way. And I was like, oh, well, then we can't use this. He didn't know what Barstool was. And he was like, I don't think anybody will see this. And I was like,
to be fair, I could see the assumption being like, anybody who's covering the Jenny Jizz blowback event is probably not from like a huge media.
That's 60
You know what you should
Point.
do?
Yeah.
Would be very funny if you like blacked out his face and did like a voice thing, like I came here from Philadelphia. I don't think I could ever do it, but hats off to the guys who do.
I would do it, like, I'd come running in, right? Like, I'd, like, get myself ready, like, in the bathroom.
Right.
And I'd come
We gotta go now. You get there, you're like, never mind, it didn't work.
Jenny, you got 2 seconds. We're getting in the window here.
I got hard enough time when it's behind closed doors with just 2 people, let alone if there's a whole goddamn bar cheering me on. I mean, that's something that we were talking, I guess because of all this, we were talking about, like, there's a porn series of, like, you know, you go to a frat party and like everybody's watching, and I mean, those are just regular guys who are just like, I'll do it. Hats off to them. It could never be me.
Yeah.
When I was in a fraternity, I probably would. If Tory Black showed up at my frat house, I'd be like,
so everybody knows Tory Black.
No, I wouldn't
College
have done
Fuck Fest
well.
with Tory
I
Black
tried.
is a Hall of Famer. But you think you really? I mean, I would like to say that I could. I don't think I could.
I don't think I don't know that I could have. I would have tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But see, you know what I think? It sucks to try and fail.
Yeah.
To be that guy, like, nah, never mind.
Yeah.
Like, then you're just a
Were
failure.
there like super sad guys who were like, I couldn't do it, and they kind of moped around?
The
You
guy
would
who
totally
got
be
cum on
that
his
guy.
face.
Why do you think I asked the question? He would
Yeah.
bring down the vibe of the blowback so much.
I would be distraught, and you would all know it.
You would ruin the whole thing. They'd call it all off. This one fucking Eeyore over here. Nobody's dick's hard. The whole thing's ruined. No cum for you, Jenny. God. Awful.
I feel like footballers are
So true. Do you like
super
soccer?
sexual
What's up
people.
with, yo,
Like,
every
Nice segue.
every month I feel like there's a sex scandal in the
with
soccer
the
world.
yeah.
The last one I did with I did it on 1 Minute Man with Saka, Wan-Bissaka, and he was banging his ex-teammate's ex-girl, and then his side piece came out and said, by the way, I'm banging, and by the way, there's another chick and she's pregnant. I mean, but you know what's funny about with soccer? It just, nobody cares. It just goes away. Like here, it's like, that's a big deal. It sticks with you. The team has to release a statement. Some people will get released. Like, it's always a big deal. And in soccer, in Europe, it's just like, well, whatever, man. Like, as long as you're winning, we don't give a fuck.
Like, footballers are the one people that can probably do what the fuck they want.
Absolutely.
Why
They
did
do
I
what
though?
they
Like
want.
taxes and shit. Ronaldo doesn't pay his taxes. It's not always
Nobody
sexual.
cares.
They
but
can
will-
literally do what they want. They can piss on you. It don't matter, bro.
Really?
Like,
Kids are on the book of
when I go to London, should I bring you, yeah? She'll be like, hey, Troop, can you go to London?
Was there any like with Bissaka was like that was really done in like a couple days? Like nobody cares anymore? Like it's no.
We just like bantered him on Twitter as fans, and then it was done.
Did he ever say anything?
Nah, he didn't really come out. He's actually gone to court and he's trying to sue her for coming out and hotting up the whole thing
Yeah.
as like private information kind of thing that she's
Yeah, because
leaking.
they were all of them were leaking. One was
Yeah,
leaking
there was
text,
madness.
One was leaking Snapchat.
Yeah, because and it's all Man United. Like they need to go on Maury.
Yeah,
You
right,
understand?
right.
Like there's a bag of them blood. Like you got fucking Greenwood and Foden on England duty. They're supposed to be on in the bubble. These men are going out and drawing fucking Polish gal. And nobody come to the hotel. No, Swedish gal. They're saying come to the hotel. They come to the hotel. The girls are taking pictures of them.
Yeah.
Boom, viral. Fucking what is it? Brandon Williams, Man United again. It's all Man United. It ain't Arsenal. We're good. Us shit's like you understand? Like
They
us
made a
shit's
TV show, right? Like an entourage style TV show about European soccer stars.
Yeah, they should.
I think,
Because-
like,
they
yeah.
make it?
like, I think it's
Oh,
like
yeah?
in production. In
Yeah.
production.
They're trying to like
It's like
follow
Mike
them around.
Wahlberg.
Scripted though, like
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would watch the shit out of that because those guys are like, they don't even try to keep it quiet.
Yeah, they're literally, it's literally
I mean,
like rockstar life.
I think I know it's hard for me to understand. I think it's probably hard for most Americans because as much as we hype up our football players and basketball players, like it just doesn't compare. It just does not compare. People don't give a fuck about anything other than if you play well.
I'm laughing because when they put up the chair to not let like the free agency tamper, that was the biggest story in basketball.
They did what?
Remember like James Harden or whatever, they were trying to get someone.
They locked him in.
They locked him.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest story.
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah,
That was the biggest story in basketball for like 2 weeks, and like they
Right.
just have like entire team gangbangs, and they're like, yeah,
The
all right.
only thing I can think of, Odell Beckham a couple years ago, he was in like an orgy with like the coke was out and there was the girls in the fucking. You don't even remember that one. Kind of like that one brushed away.
Rings a bell, but I
It was
can't
just
picture it.
one girl, right?
Was it? I thought there was a couple girls, but yeah. Either way, there was. I remember there was pizza and coke, and then, I guess the poop thing made headlines and kind of disappeared. But I do think that's because of Odell. He feels very European soccer player to me, where it's just like anything's possible. But anybody else over here, you know, you'd have to, and it's not like these guys, like they're pretty bulletproof too in America, but they'd have to like release a statement and apologize and like donate to charity and fucking cover it up.
Europe, you can like,
give a fuck.
they're expected to go out and fuck you.
Yeah. Well, why would you not?
He's on 150 grand a week, blood. He's expected to be pouring this shit on the bitches, like. You understand, like?
Isn't he like 19 too? Basaka's like
Basaka,
super young,
he's
right?
like 21.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that age, it's like.
And even
of
all
course.
these, the 4 men I just named, the oldest one's Basaka. Like, 2 of them's 19, one's 18, and then Basaka's 21. It's all the young
of
bucks.
course they're
It's because they're
fucking
gas. Like,
idiots.
imagine you're 19 and a man says, yo, he's 100 grand a week after taxes.
I love the after
Do your thing. Buy the Lambo. He's gone. Couple bitches in. Yo, let's roll. You know, it's gonna happen, bro.
I mean, it's surprising that there's not more of these stories, to be honest, the way that those guys are treated.
Yeah.
And like at that age, I'd be like, don't kill anybody. Like,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be
All you
that
have
would
to
be
do.
considered a
well, that all
success
gets
for me.
washed away.
I remember
too.
Clooney saying. Somebody asked him about Justin Bieber when Bieber was at the peak of his like shittiness. I think it was when he had just peed on the floor or something.
Peed in the bucket mop.
In the bucket.
In the bucket, yeah.
And Clooney was like,
The bucket,
bro, if I had that money at that age, like I'd be dead. Like, it would, and cameras were on me all the time. He's like, you guys would never, I would never made it, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
Clooney's got one of my favorite quotes of all time about why he doesn't have a Twitter. Clooney's like, I like to drink.
Yeah.
I like to drink. I can't have a Twitter.
He'd be like, why don't you have
Simply.
Twitter? He's like, I like to drink.
Yeah.
Because I would just tweet dumb shit all the fucking time.
That dude. We asked a question a couple weeks ago when Pat was on with his glorious mullet. I know you're a huge
Still
fan
growing.
I like your reality.
And I said to him, who would be the person who could bring the mullet mainstream?
Yeah.
Like truly mainstream, where if like Tommy walked in, it would just be like, oh, like that's you know what it is. And we said,
Tommy with his mullet.
yeah, like but it'd be totally normal. And I think we said Clooney was like kind of the only guy that would really make sense. But now I'm thinking probably like worldwide, like if Ronaldo did something, he would probably be the guy.
Bieber.
I don't
You
think.
think Bieber? See, I was saying that like Bieber would put it on the map for like some people to do it, but I don't think mainstream where like moms and dads.
Because grown men would be
He's
like,
more
I'm not
like-
copying
Right.
Justin Bieber's
People still
hairstyle.
think of him
But
as
they,
like.
but they did with Baby, like when he did the swoosh, like every rock band in the world had a guitar
Did he-
player.
he
that
including
was
Tom-
grown men.
Tom
Oh, yeah.
Brady had that.
That's crazy.
Tom Brady has had some. He's had some great hair and some of the worst fucking hair in the world.
Tom Brady's best hair was the long hair, but he had the swoosh, he had the faux hawk. Remember he had the bleached
the
faux hawk?
really bad faux hawk too.
Yeah.
Like and it was like pre-hair plugs with the faux hawk. It was real bad. He's had some ups and downs for sure. But I feel like in order to make it totally okay, it would have to be somebody who kind of hits like all ages and all. Like we said, Shia LaBeouf would do it, but I think he'd be more like.
Shia
alternative.
Shia
wouldn't
Clooney's
go
not
mainstream
Clooney's not
enough.
gonna hit anyone my age.
You don't think?
Nobody.
Dog?
I like George Clooney, but he's hitting nobody my age. Nobody.
Oh, that's sad. How like I did 1 Minute Man today on.
I think Pitt could do it.
Yeah.
You think
He's-
Pitt's
he's-
your age,
he's-
but
he's-
not
Because
DiCaprio.
like Once Upon a Time in
Time in
Hollywood.
Hollywood,
Like,
yeah.
what's
If
the last
DiCaprio
big
came
George
in because
Clooney
DiCaprio
movie?
would look good.
His
Pitt would look
what?
good.
I think,
Yeah.
we don't know that. Don't
I
say Leo
know
can't pull it
that.
off.
Leonardo DiCaprio cannot pull off a mullet. Pitt could.
I would love to see you
I
with
think
one,
Leo
though.
could too.
I
I think
think
Pitt would
Yeah,
be
why
better,
not
but I
Tommy
think-
Smokes?
Yeah, could I be the face
You
of the
could be the
mullet?
one.
Dana B tried it.
I think
I mean, I
then
think Pat
that's
didn't
the
fucking
fuck-
face of the mullet. He has an unbelievable mullet.
So last night he's like in the middle of this like bukkake fest with his camera, and I'm like, he's so handsome. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong
True
with me.
love.
With this like bleached
True
mullet, and I
love.
was like, I don't know what's
That's
wrong
how
with
we
me.
ended up
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
little boy.
No.
How you feeling? You good?
I'm good. I feel
Yeah.
great.
I was
so.
just saying before we came on camera that I fully condone drinking while pregnant.
You do? Yeah.
I think that having like, you know, the acceptable allowed amount, like a glass of wine is like better. I'd rather do that than I'd rather you do that than you be like fucking stressed out and being like, all I want is a glass of wine. Like, that's not healthy for anybody either if you're like freaking out. You just have like a half a glass of wine or whatever the rules are.
My doctor's like, have a glass of wine every now and then, blah, blah, blah. Because I told her about July when I didn't know. And was
that's the other
blacking
thing.
out every day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, everybody has that moment where it's like, well, I made it through the first couple weeks, so.
No, not Totally kidding. It was only pills.
I mean, they didn't even know that was bad for you until like 1985.
And we all agree of humanity. It's been like a speck that we haven't been drinking while we're pregnant.
So it's fine.
But I mean,
they all died at 40, but
not having cold cut sandwiches because of the like 1/1,000,000th of a chance that you get listeria from the fucking slicer. Like, just have a turkey sandwich.
Fish, do you like fish? Like, there's certain fishes you can't have.
There's certain fish you can't have.
Yeah.
I was given a list of the order of fish that are most dangerous.
What did the Pocahontas do in their day? They just did whatever they wanted, and one day, like, a baby came out.
Well,
so you died when they were born.
Maybe that's how the
bar. She could have, you know.
But maybe that's how the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You understand? This is a Molly, bear thing.
Bob, this is great.
Look,
my mom smoked when she was pregnant with me, and I turned out fine. So
I was always a big fan of like, but it's funny, like we would go out to dinner, and once you're showing, like Caitlin would get a glass of wine at dinner, and people are staring and looking, and like, it's something to keep your fetal drinking at home.
Well, I worked at a diner, like a 50s diner in high school, and that was back when you had smoking sections in the restaurants.
Yeah.
And all the time, like, pregnant ass ladies would come in and be like, smoking section, please. And I'm like, of course, yeah, so right ahead. Like, I didn't think.
Smoke's tough.
Yeah,
Smoking is particularly tough.
Yeah,
even at the end of your pregnancy, if you're late, they say you should drink red wine.
Get them out.
Speeds on the process.
There you go.
Like a glass of red wine
Just
and a
start
hot curry.
funneling.
Yeah, because my first one was 2 weeks late. So my girl, 2 weeks late. I was 2 weeks late as well. So I think he was like me. He was like, yo, I'm good up here. I got a tube, I'm bare warm. I'm having this bullshit for like, hearing this man cussing at the TV screen every fucking day. Like,
I feel like doctors should just, whenever they have a due date, just put like another month onto it though. I feel like you get your hopes up, and the first one usually is late, and I feel like that time after your due date is like the worst thing ever.
It's
like,
already,
just get
like,
the fuck out.
Putting on my shoes, March. Yeah, mid-March.
Kate, are you most looking forward to?
Oh, mine's in the 19th.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking or cigaretting? Which one are you most looking forward to?
Wow.
Hopefully I don't go back.
I was
to
gonna say,
cigarettes,
let's stick to the drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, of course you're gone, huh?
I mean, I would love. Honestly, I still want them, but I'm not. But
Have you met her?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man!
What are we doing?
We can't bring you anywhere.
I agree with Nick. You're gonna. It's okay.
Like again, like from my background, I'm like my family down the Jersey Shore. It's like a dad holding two toddlers, balancing a cigarette in his mouth. You know, you're like, but no. Hopefully, I don't go back to that. But I definitely cannot wait to have a really, really good Manhattan or something, like just a really strong, fuck me up, man. But you know what I'd really love? An ice cold Miller Lite.
Hey! 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Celebrate responsibly when you are not fucking pregnant. Drink some Miller Lite and enjoy it with all your friends and your babies.
Josh, another beer ski?
Beer ski.
Was that cool?
Sounds
You sounded so cool.
That's what they say in England, I believe.
Nah, that's Poland.
How would Tommy Smokes do in Liverpool?
Huh?
Like, how would he do in Liverpool?
Liverpool.
On a night
There you
out?
go. So here's what you need to know about me.
Yeah.
I'm a really cool guy.
Really cool guy.
Just chill ass dude.
Tom, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, here.
Nah, Liverpool.
I drink beer.
London, you'll be alright. Liverpool.
I've been to London.
Yeah, Liverpool, it might get a bit sticky.
Why is that?
In what way?
We call it bandit town because they take themselves away from England. So they say they're not English, they're Scouse. Because like there's a lot of shit going on with politics and Liverpool.
Okay.
So it's like when you
How
go
far
there.
is Liverpool from London?
Liverpool's like a 2.5 hour drive, but
Okay.
it's in England. But when you go there, it's completely different to any place in England.
So he
Why
comes
would-
rolling down
why
the
would it be
street
sticky
going,
for him?
"Wow,"
You get
and
beat
he's-
up?
Yeah. I gotta be honest.
Out
there,
look, it was
like,
yeah.
I don't do well with crime.
Yeah, these man, that's what they do. Like they call, like they'll be like, do you know Stanley?
Oh,
And like,
no.
that's because all they do is they walk with Stanley knives.
Yeah.
Because they got a park called Stanley Park. They walk with a Stanley knife. It's all.
I'd be like,
intense.
here you
Avoid
go.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
Nope.
Liverpool's
Note
mad.
to
Yeah,
self.
Liverpool's mad.
Avoid Liverpool.
We always talk about Green Street hooligans.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that accurate portrayal?
It's
no?
semi-accurate,
Yeah.
but there's no American hooligans.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood's out over there fucking.
Yeah, Elijah ain't out there, like, you understand? Elijah's in like chilling with the CEO.
Yeah.
You understand? Eating steak.
Yeah, you're
You know
not
what I
letting
mean?
anybody, like, there's no outsiders who are going to get into the crew, right?
Nah, the firm is the firm. The
Right.
firm has been going on for years. There's people who have had dads, uncles, brothers, cousins in the
It's
firm.
like the mafia. It's
Yeah,
like,
so it's passed down to you.
So are you catching any heat for coming to
With me?
America?
Nah, I'm good because the thing with me is that because I do like camera stuff, half of the firm are cool with me because they know my background, but then half of them ain't cool with me because I'm on camera because all their whole thing is off camera.
Yeah,
You
well, I
understand?
can respect that,
Yeah,
though, right?
so
They're just
I
like,
respect that
no-
though, innit? But at least I've got half of them.
Yeah.
That's like truth. We know how you are.
Yeah.
So we know that's just like work and whatnot. We know how you are off cam. So
Right, right.
it's all good. The other ones just think like, oh, he's on camera, little pussy, oh, da, 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 da. But
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like, bro,
whatever, dude.
yeah. You feel me?
Gotta get them
Yeah.
socks
You get me?
again.
More,
They got
more
that.
Louis V. You feel me?
I do feel like being like a hooligan, at least for, I feel like we as
You got
Americans-
hooligans in like America, like with
Well,
like basketball and NFL and
But it's
hockey
that's what I
and
mean. I feel like we at
We're
least the
pussies,
perception I have. Maybe I'm like romanticizing it, but I think being like in a firm. If I could say that I'm in the firm, I think that's fucking
That's
cool.
badass.
Whereas like the rest of us, like I'm a Mets fan. Like you're a fucking pussy. You are a fucking loser, dude.
Yeah.
These guys. I just
You
feel
wear
like
a Raiders jersey and stab someone in the parking lot. That's not
That's-
really being
that's like
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
college football is like a cult, but it's not hooligans.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
like
like
I feel like in my mind everybody can like fight and can drink and is cool and tough, and then over here being a sports fan you can be a nerd, you can be lame.
Anything.
I mean I'm sure it's not that way, but I just
Yeah.
maybe it's because of the movies, maybe it's because of whatever, but I think of it as like a whole different thing.
no.
Yeah, football's very like in Europe. It's very it's intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean like
Like, I don't bring my kids to certain games.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I
Because
mean.
like if
You
we
gotta
play
be worried
Tottenham,
about some
yeah,
shit.
if we play Tottenham, I'm not bringing.
So
them.
like
Yeah.
when
But
I
that's
was
that's the
there-
full enemy, and,
And I
there's
guess,
there've
like,
been times where
there
they
was
put
a-
money on my head.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, yo, 10 grand if you catch troops on,
Penalties?
10 grand if you catch me on camera, beating me on camera, 10 grand. Yeah. Like,
And you go to that game?
yeah, man, you man, I'm Arsenal, blood red all day. What do you mean? Fuck them, man. What do you mean? Man's out here, bro. You understand?
I'll
Man's
watch
out
this one
here.
at home.
I'm out here, bro.
Seriously,
I can't miss
that'd
that.
be so
My girl's like,
fucking
babe, don't go
fear.
to the game. I'm like, shut up, I'm gone. You understand? I have to
Some
go.
badass shit.
Because they will feel they've got the upper hand if I don't
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
fuck you, I'm going.
Have you ever
I'd
had-
let them win. Let them
Yeah,
win.
they have the upper hand.
I'm like,
It's like,
nah,
oh,
fuck
if
that.
you live in fear of terrorists, they win. Like, take
They
the
win.
dub.
I'm like, nah, come,
I
let's
will
do this.
sit
Have you ever had like an incident?
We've had a few, but nothing too serious.
Had to
Like,
throw some hands, like had some scraps?
Yeah, just a couple 1-2s and
Yeah.
had to just get out of the vicinity.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you know you've made it, when you have a fucking bounty put out on you.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
And it's
Yeah.
on
We
Twitter.
don't have
It's
that.
on Twitter.
How do I get
So
a
like they're
bounty
like
on me?
everyone's, all the Tottenham fans retweeting it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
messaging me, "Watch when I catch you, you're doing a cunt." Cause
Yeah.
I'm like New York Yankees. Your class is a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
We say we're gooners or gunners. Tottenham call us gooners, so they're like, "When you doing a cunt, I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna fuck your missus. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
fuck your
think like
mum, blood, you
maybe
dickhead."
at the height of like Yankees Red
Yankees,
Sox,
Red Sox.
there was maybe a bar
Tommy, you're
fight
the
here or
best
there.
representation.
Nah, these man plan.
Not-
Nah,
but
these
now-
man every year we plan. Well, not me. Let me get that in as well, blood. Yeah, before the police try to come for me and take my visa and shit. You get me? I've only been here a week, like that ain't my social security and shit. But fucking, like they will plan every year when to, like they fight every year, home and away. Whenever we play, we fight.
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
That's crazy.
It's simple as that.
The craziest thing I ever saw was in college. The Red Sox, the Yankees I think had one. It was in 03. Whichever team, like one team was set for the ALCS, the next team won. So it was just set that the Yankees were gonna play the Red Sox. They hadn't even played yet, and it was like some hooligan shit. There was like a crew. It was one crew was by Martyrs, one crew was by South, and they like kind of met. And they were like all talking shit, but there was like this line that no one was willing to cross.
It's a West Side Story.
Really was, but a lot just grimier. People just like cursing and screaming and shit. And I watched this kid, his nickname was Moose. And I watched him by himself, because I was like from a distance, I was not in the shit. and I watched him just like go around and get like a full head of steam. And he just did like the running, like jumping punch into the crowd, and then it was just
everyone.
on.
That's what
and
it is. From
guy,
like
it was straight
it's like the bottle. Throw the bottle.
Yeah. Well, there's one dude who was straight out of fucking Anchorman. I watched him break a broomstick and just had like a sharp stick and go into the crowd with it. That was like the last I've ever seen of like baseball. And then the night of the Aaron Boone home run, there was a big brawl at Howell at the Moon.
Yeah.
I had happened in my Fordham tenure.
Yeah, I remember I was watching. It was me, my brother, and his friend Rob. We were the only Mets fans, so we're like rooting for the Red Sox, but not really, not really in it. And I remember as soon as that ball went up with Boone's bat, I just grabbed the pitcher. Like I was waiting for it. I knew it was gonna happen. So I just started filling up my beer. We started drinking, and my buddy, who was a Yankees fan, so they won.
Right.
He just turned and punched the fucking Red Sox fan in the face. The ball was going. He was like, "That's right," and then like the whole place erupted. But that was the last I've ever seen of it, and I feel like that's just standard. Like
I had it at Florida State, where it was like at FSU, the Miami game was the most dangerous thing I've ever done in my life, and I've done some fucking dangerous shit, and it was the like. Walking in was, I don't know if you've ever seen Gangs in New York.
Yeah.
Walking in was like walking through a Gangs in New York battle. Like it was just Miami and FSU fans just like beating each other, and I was just like, oh, excuse me.
Pardon me.
There was a fucking Bobby Bowden statue outside Doak Campbell, and there was like a Miami fan who was shirtless. Like he was like a caricature of a person from Miami, right? He was shirtless, jacked, covered in fucking tattoos, had a U tattoo, had a grill in. And he was up on like one of the statues, fucking Bobby Bowden. There's like a Bobby Bowden statue outside Doak Campbell.
Yeah.
And he's just
fucking it?
Fucking
Fucking Bobby Bowden?
Yeah. and someone else got up on there. And it was like, I mean, I'm sure I've made a vision of it in my head that's different than what it actually was, but like, it was just chaos around it. Like fights, not one big fight, just individual fights.
Yeah, this escalated
all around this statue. And then someone got out there and picked him up and fucking like jumped off with him into the fray.
That doesn't happen anymore.
And I was like, this is insane.
Camera phones, man.
I guess camera phones, or maybe we just kind of like civilized, like we just like kind of grew up a little bit as a
People stopped drinking while they were pregnant.
Yeah. That's all Bob's been thinking about.
We gotta do a rough and rowdy Arsenal Tottenham. We gotta do a UK rough and rowdy brawl.
Get
That
some
would
hooligans
be,
in the mix. Yeah.
That would
get
be
some
sick.
the boy that will.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be like your normal rough and rowdy, fam. You understand?
Yeah.
That's gonna be like.
We had a Biden-Trump fight the other day. So.
We go to West Virginia, and he's like, "You guys have seen nothing yet." Like,
That needs to just be a knife fight. Like, there's no holds barred. Someone's gonna die. It's to the death.
Yeah.
That's wild shit.
I'd be in the corner for a nice with the Arsenal fan.
Has it gotten better or worse? It's always been this way, and it always will. Like, has it?
There was a point when it died, but now that they've got better and they've come up to like our level, it's on now.
Yeah.
Because now, like, they was always behind us.
Yeah.
Now they're still not winning no trophies. Let's get that in. They just finished above us in the league. But now it's like, because they finished above us in the league, they feel like they've got chess. So we have to say like, and their saying was, from back in the day, their saying was, we lose on the pitch, but we win off the pitch. But now they're winning on the pitch, but they're losing off the pitch.
We suck,
So,
but we can fight.
yeah.
Honestly, that's a
It's
pretty
mad.
cool thing. I mean, that's a good fallback.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
can beat you
Kick
up.
your
Like,
ass.
that's
Yeah.
what do you think about Liverpool fans? Like,
Liverpool fans, I get love when I go to Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
Like, I get mad love, man, because I think the way I talk, a lot of the English people like the media and the posh little pricks. They're like, why is this guy talking like this? I'm like, shut the fuck up, lad. Yeah, man's from a certain place. White, black, Chinese, we all talk like this, bro. I bring my closest white brethren. You think it's me? You understand? That's how it is. And the Scousers are the same. They've been like pushed aside. So we kind of relate to each other. We kind of see each other as like one. So when I go up there, it's kind of like a equal respect thing.
I love watching
And
Tommy
you
on
don't
the
think I'd fit in with that guy?
Don't worry, I'll go tell him you're good with
we
me.
have some Tommy
You're good in Liverpool now.
so bad.
Tommy would be like Elijah Wood, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
telling
know
you.
that.
I can see it.
I can see him. If he got punched, he's throwing back, bro. I'll roll with him. Come on, man. Ain't no one getting hit in the face and not throwing back. Bro.
I'd disarm them. Not physically.
You see, were you old enough? Well, you're weird because you're young, but you're an old soul. Did you watch Fresh Prince growing up?
Oh yeah.
So they're doing that the 30th anniversary. You see that? HBO Max. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Fresh Prince?
I
Yeah.
said,
So they
yeah.
like I can't believe that's 30 years old.
30.
Yeah.
Is that 30 from the
Mad.
start or 30 from the end?
I think it's
Start.
Start, yeah.
God.
Start.
33 fucking
Because
decades.
Uncle Phil's dead now, isn't it? All right.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
That
But
one
they
was-
brought back Amphib 1.
Yeah.
Which is a
She's the
big
bad.
deal.
She's the proper one.
Yeah.
Because they had 3 of them, innit?
She did 3 seasons, and then the other one, it's only 6 seasons, which that was crazy to me. I would have guessed 10 seasons. But I don't know, maybe the later seasons were more episodes, but it feels like there's way more episodes with the second Amphib than the first Amphib. But I didn't know that it was like bad blood. Like she openly is like fuck Will Smith and fuck Jada Pinkett.
Oh.
The second?
No, the first.
The first?
And they brought her
That's why
back
she's
to
gone.
go on this?
For this, yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
it's
the
first,
twist ending at the
It's the
end,
first
yeah.
time that they've, certainly the first time they've done anything on camera. Tommy, you can go pee if you need to.
No, she was.
Oh no, I have radio at 4. I was like, what time?
Kids water, bro.
But it's the first time I think they've even like spoken. Like, they made peace.
Wow, I
She
didn't watch the
openly,
video, I just saw it
she
was
went
happening.
on The View or The Real or whatever. One of those
What
shows.
happened between them?
So she said, I don't know the exact thing, but she said Will Smith was young, he was a superstar,
Gassed up.
and he always needed to be right. And whatever you want to
Oh no, I got it.
whatever the dispute was, I guess it was enough. I mean, that's got to be some dispute to be
Yeah,
like,
because
go,
that's-
like,
yeah.
off the show, and we'll just replace you with someone else. So she said at times
So this
she
is
reached out
this
to.
is the darker aunt.
Yes, yeah. I want to do that.
Because you had the
fucking
light
Red
skin
Sea.
one, you had the dark skin one. I preferred the dark skin one than the light skin one.
Yeah.
She was more true.
like, and she was like bad bitch.
Yeah, she was more. I whoop your ass. Like, remind me of my nan, R.I.P. She gonna bust your head open.
Yeah.
You understand?
So she said she reached out to the show like producers and whoever at one point being like, you need to clear my name. Like we need to like tell the truth of what really happened here. So I don't know what that story is. I don't know if they kept it quiet because they wanted like Will Smith to be like the golden goose and didn't want any problems. But it sounds like it was like, you know, as far as her story is that like, he was in the wrong and he was the one who fucked it all
Dude,
up. But they brought so her being back for this.
So now Will Smith is a billionaire. He's like, all right, I'm sorry.
I would
Like,
imagine.
like,
But,
I
mean,
like
what
how
took
that's
so
always
long?
pitched as like a negative thing. Like he always has to be right.
yeah, I'm Will
Fucking-
Smith.
so
God,
do I.
of course.
Like,
And
he
guess
got-
what? Like
he was
he
the
is.
Fresh
I'm a nobody, and I always need to be
You
right.
know him, man. He loves
My name
entanglements.
is the
innit?
title of the
He
show.
loves entanglements.
Yeah.
So that was his first entanglement.
Yeah.
That was the first one. You understand? That put him on the trend. You
Yeah.
get me?
He's never
Next thing
been
he's getting
totally-
entangled on live on cam. He's getting entangled, bro.
the Red
He must
Table
have, I'm
show.
surprised Jada weren't at that flipping
Yeah.
veteran thing.
She was there. She
Oh.
was there.
You get me? We're looking for a cough from Arsenal, boy.
Somebody did have Joey Fatone on FaceTime.
Yeah, what was
Yeah, I
front of me.
saw that.
Like live, being like, check it out, Joey.
And apparently,
Wow.
I don't. This is just kind
They're
of
from Orlando.
But apparently, he's like a
NSYNC's from Orlando.
He's a big
man. He's
blowjob FaceTime.
I guess. I don't.
Just a Jenny.
Oh,
Jizz.
Jenny
Which
Jizz.
one was
Apparently,
Joey
he's
from
been
NSYNC?
there before. He's
that?
like
Which
he's
one was
a
Joey from
a
NSYNC?
sausage guy.
Joey was
I
the
don't
old
know.
one.
He
He had
was
weird red hair.
He was
Joey
kinda
was
like-
the one
yeah,
who
yeah.
looked like
Yeah.
he shouldn't
He's
be
the,
an
he's
NSYNC.
the
Yeah.
stiff dancer.
Well, I would
Yeah,
say
he's
I
a
would
dancer.
I would take Fatone.
Yeah.
No, because you need to have the wild boy.
Who was,
Like
who
Kurt-
was
Kurt
the
Patrick,
good
I
singer? Not Justin. There was the other
JC Chasez.
He was.
Say.
He had the.
Chasez.
Bro, I
He
couldn't
was the
believe
bread.
that Justin went more. I thought his voice was like.
JC was
Yeah,
the
he had the yo.
JC probably fucking hates
Hates
us.
him.
You know that, innit?
Fucking
Your
hates
bitch
him.
ass.
JC went solo. He had like one hit,
And it
but
was
then
shit.
He
Yeah,
fell
he
off.
doesn't,
Yeah,
he
it was
doesn't have it.
I
He doesn't
remember
have that
kind
X
of.
factor. He's got the voice.
Because he,
Yeah.
I wanna
Oh,
see.
he
He
was
was
the
turned up. Hey, that was a banger story, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
gotta get on Mom
Were you a
TikTok.
Backstreet Boys
Start
guy?
dancing.
Because they were huge.
You know what? I didn't really like. I was more NSYNC. They were more like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Backstreet were more like too commercial with it. NSYNC were kind of, yo, we're coming up, we're taking you man out. Like,
And
I always
NSYNC
fuck
was
with the
better
underdog.
as when you were young. As you grow older and you look back at the
You like
catalogs,
the ballads?
it's BS.
I didn't realize
Backstreet Boys
Boys
were-
started in '96.
Well, they were
They're
big in
OG
England.
Yeah, they were huge. Like all the girls, like I remember we
Oh,
used to go to like school parties as kids.
Yeah.
It'd always be like Backstreet Boys playing,
Yeah.
NSYNC.
Yeah.
What's her name? That girl, that famous chick. Like
Britney Spears?
Spice Girls,
Oh,
Britney
Spice
Spears,
Girls, yeah.
Christina
Yeah.
Aguilera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was all that kind of like.
We
Then
were
you come
talking
to
about
my
Britney
party.
Spears on, so the Pope, by the way.
Yeah,
shout
'cause I
out to
saw
the
that.
Pope.
Oh, the
Oh,
Morning
yeah.
Pope.
Pope, my man Pope Frankie on Instagram was liking photos of Instagram models, which just yet again.
We
Pope
know
Frankie-
that girl, by the way.
I know,
She
she's
plays
like
Call
an
of Duty
old
with Smitty and
I
Goliath.
texted her for a comment today.
I just-
She said, my mom may not like my ass pics, but the Pope be double tapping.
That is
Queen.
not real.
That's a
what she said
queen.
verbatim?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That is not real talk.
What a comment.
She goes, someone made this picture. I want a green screen video. It's like somewhat. It's like the Pope. Like I'll put it in. But it's so funny. It's hilarious. I love the Pope. But she's wearing a schoolgirl uniform, which is not the best
Most
optics
Catholic
for
schoolgirls.
On brand.
yeah, very on brand, I suppose. But it was. I was saying on the radio how like the fact that that's generally accepted as a sexual thing, the Catholic schoolgirl uniform, like. Everybody, everybody's kind of like, oh, that's hot. It's like, well, you have to be in school to be wearing that. It's a very creepy thing that
I mean,
we
you can trace it back to the Britney thing. Like,
yeah.
Britney was.
Do you think that it was her? I feel like there had to be porn first wearing that,
Oh,
and then
schoolgirl
she
stuff?
popularized it, right?
Oh, no. Yeah, that was long before
Yeah.
Britney.
She
Was it?
But Britney was,
What,
like,
for
with our
Baby Hit Me One More
generation.
Time?
Yeah, for just
But
wearing
that was,
like
but do
the,
you remember like the Asian girls dressed like that as well?
Yeah, was that first?
I think it was the Asian because if
The
you look
Asians
back,
are always ahead of it with
yeah,
the
yeah,
British.
yeah, yeah. If
Back
you look back,
curve.
if you look into like films, the Asian girls always have like that school
cute
girl.
little-
Yeah, the cute little. You can see their batty hanging out a door. You get me? That's a Jamaican saying. I'm gonna show you that's a Jamaican shit as well, man. You know what I mean?
I love it, man.
Batty hang out a door.
I kind of understand why Tom Hanks' son just started talking like that.
Ah, he's a
It's
fucking
so
G.
much-
He's a fucking G. I need to book that brother, blood. If I get him on the project, this thing get viral, bro.
If you and
This
that
thing
guy
get viral, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Then you can bust some loud, you get it cracking. You know what I mean? I'm telling you.
He did that. Did you see his video the other day when he's talking about Donald Trump?
Yeah, the Trump thing. He's
When
like,
he
yo,
starts it all
obviously
calm.
I'd like to. We gotta respect Trump. Pussy on! I said yes!
He started out
He's a
as
fucking G.
Chet Hanks and
Yeah,
went haze on
he
him.
flipped it.
Yeah.
Man
I
turned
just
into
want to make a
Rasta hand.
video condoning you, pussy boy. One more time. Like, whoa.
He's like, I
So
fuck
you
with
like him
too.
though? Because I feel like some people don't like
Nah,
that. He,
you know
like,
what? Yeah, I fuck
steals
with
the
him
culture.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, I don't know, with Jamaicans, we more kind of appreciate it because we're like, you know what, you're
It's like a tip
you're
of the
spreading
cap.
our culture.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're like, yeah, man, the Africans are a bit more. You get me? It is
So,
what it is.
why don't you start talking?
Tommy,
about it,
you're
Yeah, go ahead, Tommy. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. It's a good session, good stuff. Thank you to Troops. Catch all his football gear and all his. What's it out under? Is it on Instagram? Is it on? Where do you
Troops
put it up?
AFC on
Troops AFC.
Instagram. Back again with Troops is the podcast.
Back again. That's
Back
on
again with
YouTube.
Troops.
Check that out. Jenny Jizz's recap is.
Yeah. So
on the way,
do
or
we
what?
have a video coming?
Check out
What do you think?
Getting Head with Troops. Slightly different video coming out soon.
That's actually he was actually there. That's
Yeah,
his first
he
content.
was, yeah.
Yeah, I've been pushed
So-
it.
Kate,
boy.
do you think we're gonna get a video out of that?
I'm hoping so. There's wrangling going on right now. There's a lot of blurring. There's a lot of turning
lot of blurring.
dicks into drumsticks right now. But
Barstool
0
Gold
Blog
love
30.
the unedited.
Yeah, Barstool Gold. Sign up for Gold. But
Thursday
0 Blog
thoughts
30.
with Tommy. Go
Yeah.
check
TikTok.
it.
Check out my TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
Behind the blog and
I
out with
have
Bob.
nothing.
And the blog is back in action, so go read the blog with
it's
Nate Dogg.
worthless.
And we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you're drinking your Miller Lights this week. Because like Mario Lopez is not gonna sit down and listen to an hour. What I think is my favorite
True
compliment
intentions.
ever. He said, "I'm the bridge to old
Cruel
people."
intentions,
There you
right?
go.
He's like, these are all the stories that I don't know and I kind of want to know, but I'm not going to research, and you'll just tell it to me. I'm like,
One
that's what I'm
minute
here
man.
for.
That is-
So yeah,
that
go
is
check
selling
out
point, yeah.
1 Minute Man on the Barstool Instagram and on mine, KFC Barstool.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks to Miller Lite. See you next time. Beautiful. Thanks. Listen, if you made it this far into the video,
Which is far. Like, no one ever does that on the internet.
like it's the end. You made it to the end of the video.
Full fucking video
You watched
did.
the whole thing. So if you liked it and you watched the whole thing, why don't you subscribe?
It means you like us.
Click the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking murder John.
And I'm going to like it.
Kill him with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
And if you weren't sold on this video, there's plenty more. Watch what's next up and then subscribe. But just subscribe so I don't have to fucking kill him.
Well,